This was such an emotional dance. I really felt the love you had for your mom. It brought me to tears. The judges, they wanted you to dig deeper, but you said, look, I felt like I really dug deep, and you could talk to this as well. How did you feel hearing
I'm gonna let you go ahead. You go ahead. I have my opinion, but you go ahead.
that? I want to hear both opinions. We're a
It's
team.
a tough one for sure because I feel like I was fully breathing every emotion that I had about this performance and about the song into the performance. You know, it's a song that my mom used to play for me all the time growing up. It brings back a lot of really fond childhood memories. For me, I approached it as a celebration of her and the love that she exudes and the light that she radiates, and that is not only what I wanted to emulate but also just embody as we were telling the story of my mom's power. And so that's why I said that I felt that I was in it, but maybe they had a different interpretation of what they wanted it to be. Or Brandon has
Brandon.
thought.
Gotta hear these.
Okay, so here's my thoughts. I'm gonna start at the top. Okay, so no, I think that this is not the first time that we've gotten this no or critique or whatever you want to call it, which I'm in for all of that. I think where it becomes hard is when Chandler feels like she is like very transparent and open and performative or whatever you want the words you want to use, and
Not
then people
performative,
still want
Authentic.
authentic,
Like
yeah,
vulnerable.
authentic,
Yes,
yeah,
yes, yes.
vulnerable, actually,
Yes.
not performative, actually,
yeah.
the opposite of that. And it still doesn't come across, and so then it gets like a little tricky because I don't want Chandler to portray something that she's not, and so that's where for me, it gets like a little dicey because I also think that there's a world where she is just happy and grateful and talented and beautiful and confident. And if those things aren't enough for people to just accept that that's what she is, then it's like, well, then what do you want her to be? Because now you're asking her to be something that she's not, you know? And so I think that's where, if I could be defensive, right? If I can do this a bit, I think that's like where it comes to me. Now, on the flip side of that, obviously there is something that is still, let's call a spade, lacking. And if that's the case, we can find that out and we can create that and we will always strive to do that because there's a million percent that we can get better. We're not coming in here at the top and staying there. So I have no issue with getting better. I just hope that people are clear with what they want from her.
Right. Well, how do you balance that? Because, like you said, you don't. It's a fine line of you don't want to be performative and hide being talented and beautiful and giving it your all, but then also listening to the judges' feedback. How are you guys going to navigate that? Because that is tricky.
It is tricky. I think it's hard because also it's not only the judge's opinion, but it's everybody on the outside, all the social media and everything like that. And it becomes a bit tricky. I think with the judges specifically, there's things that I can do better as a choreographer. There's things that she can do better as a dancer and a performer. We can always get better to help achieve that. I think the people on the outside, when it comes to like social media and people's opinions, it's like I think that I've always said this: you have to give her a fair shake. You can't come in here with this preconceived notion that because she's a dancer, we're just going to hold her to this standard that is unachievable. Hold her to the highest standard, but at least hold her to one that is achievable. Because I feel like genuinely, her cha-cha, her rumba, her tango, all these dances, she has been spectacular. So I just want people to recognize that she's not coming in just at that level. She works her butt off to get to that level. And I think that should be honored. I think she should be respected.
And that shines through. No, you are phenomenal. So I want to know, what is one thing you're most proud of about yourself from starting this journey to now?
I think my resilience. It is just a really hard competition, and to echo everything Brandon's just said, we've definitely had our ups and downs, and I think it's just difficult because there's only so much that people see, and I think that the packages are specifically curated in a way that shows whatever narrative, pushes whatever that week. And the cameras roll on us 4 hours every single day, and we've had so many heart to hearts and like deep conversations, and where I've talked about like my, where I'm at, my psyche, my self doubt, my struggle with perfectionism, like the expectations, the pressures, and all of that. And then you come out and you see the package, and none of that is shown. And so I think the hurdle for me is going to be, this is not the question you asked me, but I think
I
the
know what you
hurdle
mean.
is just trying to show more of myself, and like it feels so vulnerable for me, and so I think it's a hard thing when it doesn't feel like it's not translating.
Right.
So that I think is going to be our
Biggest challenge, next week's
Biggest
goal.
challenge.
Next week's
Thank
goal.
you, thank
It
you,
shouldn't
thank
be
you.
that hard.
But I'm
though,
proud.
because-
I'm proud of my resilience.
Yes, I am too.
Yeah.
And what is the best piece of advice your mom has ever given to you? Because this is for your mom tonight.
Ooh, you know this one, because I say it all the time. Shoot for the moon, and
Yeah.
if you fall short, you'll
Land
land amongst the
stars.
stars.
She always says that with me too. I'll be teaching something, hounding it, and she'll be like, "Look, I'll shoot for the moon, but if I miss it, I'm like, nope, we only land on the moon." That's the only-
Brandon and mom have conflicting.
Yeah, we got beef. We got beef. Me and Mama got beef.
And I gotta know, you're so beautiful. Are the DMs popping? I mean, what is it like? Because you're killing it on this competition. Are the DMs popping?
I'll be so honest. I probably should check them more. I really should probably check them more. I think you can tell by my Instagram that I don't use it as often outside of work. But what has been the best thing about this competition is that it's challenged me to share more of myself and my story and my personality. I think there are some people in this competition that are really, really good at that. I just don't like a lot of screen time. Bad for the eyes.
Also, let
Guys,
me answer that too.
my optometrist doesn't like it.
If you're trying to slide into her DMs, you gotta check with Boss Man first too, and just let me know. I'm really like that. Don't let the yellow pants fool you. I'm really like that.